when dreams and reality collide. A life is turned upside down. Thrust into a conflict where ancient shadows fight secret wars. For control of the future. Her allies hide in plain sight. But so do her enemies. All right, we are live. And despite what you just saw there, we're not going to be talking about exclusively the Lucent today because we have a very special guest with us, Mark, 6 AM Comics. How you going, buddy?
What is going on, man?
Hail, well met.
I mean, I don't mind if we spend the night talking about that because that was gorgeous.
Thank you. No, we are very pleased to have you here. I think you're one of the most entertaining guys in CG. So yeah, I've been really looking forward to getting you on here.
I appreciate that. That's,
I agree.
We've got a few people. We got a few people turning up here. We've got let's go back. We got Cygnus 5, Devilfish, Chaotic Neutral is here. Antoine's here. Great to see you, buddy. How the chat, how the stream. El Argo's here. Nemesis is here. Yeah, absolutely. Smash that like. But most importantly, the man of the hour. Oh, and Bandito's here. How did I forget you, man? Bandito's
I'm easy to look over.
Bandito.
I'll just stand.
You're up the top. Hang on. You shouldn't be up the top.
Yeah.
I'm going to take you out.
Is that one of those bald cats?
Put you back in. There we go.
It is one of them. And I got two of them kicking around.
It's his Mr. Bigglesworth. So it's there, just looks evil, and pats his Ellis cat.
Yeah.
Hey, Mo Biggs is here. Hey, Blue, how you going, buddy?
Or
pretty well. How's the bald cat doing?
Bald cat's doing fine, but we're not here to talk about my cats.
Did you say? Did you ask if you're soft, Mark?
I asked if the cat feels soft or sweaty. I don't know what those things actually feel like.
It feels they're soft. They feel soft. There's nothing sweaty about them. They're not.
They feel like that. Have you ever stroked your testicles like this?
All right.
They feel a lot like that.
I mean, all the time.
With the cornstarch.
Boris is here.
He's deeply offended by
Excellent.
that.
All right, so we got some people turning up. That's great. Hey, my wife is here. She says hello, lovely people. Hello, Melanie.
Hello, Melanie.
She's watching in the other room.
Hello.
You're already getting challenges. I did promise. I accosted Mark in a stream saying you got to come on my show, and I said I promise I will not make you rap on my stream. So that's a condition of him being here.
That would give up the illusion real fast.
Did you feel you got into water that was a little too deep with Frege?
Frege was stepping.
Yeah, I thought you had it in the bag for a while there. The first few videos, I thought you had it.
They say if you love him, you gotta let him win. So
yeah, that's what happened. Definitely.
I didn't want to encourage the drama.
Spoken like a true dad.
When he got to the point where he said he couldn't get you off his mind, I knew it was over. By the way, Chaotic Neutral wants to remind us to caress the like button.
Oh yes, that's what we do here. We rub it, we caress it, we really show a lot of love down on that like button. That's our thing. Like that's exactly right. I'm going to share. I'm going to share some screens here. What am I got? What am I going to look at? So, yeah. I don't know. People know who you are, but let's go a little bit through who is. How do you pronounce your last name? Marianelli.
Marianelli, yeah.
Marianelli. Good. Okay.
I respond to a lot of
didn't
stuff
get that
though,
wrong.
because nobody's ever gotten it right growing up. So
Yeah, and people, I don't know if you know this about me, people spell my name wrong. It's just a constant thing. They just spell it wrong. And we had it a couple, a million different ways. Bodangle, Bad Angle, Ben Crossed, Bankrupt, Banroft, Bankrupt even.
really,
yeah. Even Poland, who's a regular on my show, misspelled it the other day, so we had to call him out on that. Yeah, smang that like, absolutely. Take your time, really. Guys, really work that button. The algorithm.
I'm not a
Get
guy
the
who takes
algorithm
time.
going. All right,
I
I
don't
gotta
know
take
how
this.
you
I'm
can
out.
so focused on the like button. That is like the smallest part of the show.
It is. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm going to share my application window. Bean cropped.
We need more attention from Mr. Bigglesworth.
This is probably the first time I became aware of you, Mark, was this thing that you've just been slowly building up over time.
Yeah, it was a slow burn.
Check this out. It's just got like a whole bunch of CG characters in there. I mean, how many are in there already? You know how many?
I lost count of the layers. Like I know it's enough that my computer crashes almost every time I load the file up. That's why I've been much slower lately, because I'm scared to do it.
Is it a PSB file? Is it the large Photoshop document format, or is it an Illustrator
No,
file?
but it's getting there. It's still PSD, but that D is gradually working its way to a B.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are aware, when you get over 2 gig on a Photoshop file, it says, this is going into a whole different format, and then you kind of limit your options after there. Yeah, but that's awesome, man. So, like, anyway, what we like to do on this show, and I alluded to this a little bit in my tweet, is we like to, what did I say? Check under the hood. Check your valves, check your ports, check your fluid levels. No. What we're just talking about is like, anyone can kind of go onto your Twitter feed and see what you're all about. But we want to know who Mark really is.
Oh,
what's your background? Like, how did you get into all this stuff? Where you're coming from? All this?
Yeah, well, I mean, I grew up drawing. I've slowly. I'm glad people only see my Twitter feed from the last year or so, because prior to that, I was really bad at drawing. It's been a very gradual work up to being halfway decent. But I've spent most of my adult life doing web design and graphic design, but really this has always kind of been my passion. I wasted a lot of time on Instagram for a few years trying to build myself up doing like Marvel and DC fan art. Only to find out most of the people on Instagram are just other artists trying to impress other artists, so it really wasn't getting anywhere.
It is like that, isn't it?
It's frustrating. And so I got really lucky and did some fan art for a video game guy for one of his games, and that one thing led to another. I ended up getting to work on the Starfetch game, and that's when I got to kind of flex more of the creative muscles.
I've actually got that. I'm going to bring that up right now. You just mentioned that. Hang on. What have I done? I'm blocking myself from my view. Okay, here we go. I'll go just like that. There we go. This is the game. So, this is a team of guys, and they brought you on for the art. Is that what's going on here?
Yeah. So the lead guy over at Crescent Moon, he had liked the fan art I drew one of his games, More Fight, and we kind of followed each other for a while. And about 2 years ago, I decided I was following Comicsgate pretty closely, and I was like, I should just make my own comic. And I got about 4 pages in, and he saw some of the stuff I was working on and asked if we could just kind of turn that into a game. And
all right, so this is your concept originally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then he's like, hey, this would make a cool game.
Yeah.
And so he made the game, and you did the art.
Yes, sir. Well, yeah. So I mean, the story, the art, the concept, all that was mine. He kind of put the whole crew together. He got developers and animators and and really all I had to do was just draw for like a year straight, pretty much lock myself in my office and ignored my family for about a year. And, this was
I can imagine. Like, this is for a, it looks like a, when I still want to say simple game, I don't want to say simple, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of detail going on here.
Yeah, it was, finally got a break out of the kind of the fan art world and got to just sort of let loose a little bit. And these were all concepts that have been kind of swirling around in my head for years. And it's based on the idea came about when my kid was born in 2012. We were throwing around different names. One of them was Reese and one of them was Randall. And I put them together. They sounded like it was like a cheesy sci-fi hero from the 50s. And so I started drawing them as like this little space adventurer in a cardboard spaceship. And never went anywhere. It was kind of just doodles in a sketchbook. And then, when I got introduced to Comicsgate and started kind of following this stuff, I'm like, I should just, see what I can do with that. And then this happened. So the comic got put on hold, and then I did this. And,
so this looks to me like this is a kind of a family-friendly, almost. It reminds me, what's that old game? Is it Cosmo or
Cosmic?
I don't know. Cosmic, what was it? Anyway, it just reminds me of some old games that I used to play that looked not exactly like this, but it's like a fun, cartoony space dude. And it's all like family fun and that's cool, man.
It's really like it's my kid in the spacesuit pretty much, and so everything's pretty kid friendly. And
and I love your style. I love this. Like, I've never seen anything like this before. It's really that's why I wondered if you were doing it in Illustrator, because it has that kind of it just has that kind of really illustrated look to it.
It is mostly done in Illustrator.
Right.
The files themselves were all vector based, and then kind of pass it off to the animator, and he just went nuts with it.
It's crazy. I love that. We're just gonna let that play, I reckon, and just chat in the background.
I feel bad. The game's not the best, but I can at least claim that it's visually.
Well, don't say that.
Now for like a year now, I think it's safe.
It's on. You can play it on your TV. It's on Apple TV Arcade.
Yeah, Apple TV, iPad, MacBook. I mean, any Apple device you can play it on.
I haven't let my kids know that that's a thing yet. We've got Apple TV, but I haven't. They don't know because the symbol is an old arcade, like Atari controller, and they have no idea what that is. They've never seen anything like that before, so they don't equate that with anything game related.
I've been trying to get my kids to play like Nintendo games, and they don't know what they're doing. They're used to iPads, so I handed them a Wii remote, and they were trying to like use it like an iPad. They didn't know what the heck to do with the thing. I'm like, no, I use your thumbs. Like, what? It's like this. They were 2 seconds from running up to the screen and trying to just touch the TV.
Cosmic Adventure, says Mopix. That sounds exactly right. That reminds me. Yeah, there it is. I love playing those games. I'm a big recovering game addict. So the only interaction I have with games now is through like walkthroughs and stuff. Although I don't even have time for that anymore.
I buy games just so I can say I'm a gamer, but I haven't really sat down and played a game in eons, unless it's like I'll play Mario with my wife for a couple hours before we get frustrated and turn the TV off because we just suck now. But
well, if you're wanting to do a comic, you find out pretty quickly that you don't really have much time for anything anymore.
No time. It's pretty frustrating.
So, all right. So you had this idea how long ago? A couple of years ago, you say, or even longer?
Yeah, I mean, I've been slowly thinking about it since 2012 when my kid was born. And it was kind of on the back burner for a long time, and I started really getting some ideas down a couple of years ago, and then the game happened. The game doesn't have a lot to do with the comic. You can think of the game more like a sequel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, through doing the game, I started coming up with a lot more concepts for the comic, and I ended up just starting from scratch. I introduced new characters and new concepts, and the game kind of helped sort out some of my ideas a little bit.
I can tell here you've got some good Photoshop skills on top of your drawing skills.
Yeah, it's all being drawn on in Procreate right now. I haven't even. I'm scared to put it in Photoshop. I don't know how bad it's going to look when I zoom in that much, but.
Well, you don't have to, you don't have to zoom in. That's another thing you learn when you start a comic. The zoom in can be your mortal enemy.
Oh, dude, it's terrible. It freaks me out. I mean, I'm used to vectorizing all my stuff and using Procreate. Nothing's vector anymore, so it just it terrifies me to.
Yeah, you've got to get a hold on that. So what's going on here? Who is this guy?
So this is Reese Randall. He's this 7-year-old space adventurer. He's on Earth, and basically the plot is he sees this. It's kind of a telling of the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, kids rhyme. And so he sees this weird star in the sky one night, and so he builds this. Him and his sister Lily build this cardboard spaceship, and he's gonna go on this little space adventure to find out what the star is. And so he's journeying from going to moon to planet to find out what the star is. And so really the whole book is going to be like a child's imagination pretty much. Because you go to the moon, you're not going to see this kind of stuff on the moon, but really kind of like how a kid views space, how a kid views time travel, or not time travel, space travel.
My boy's he's only 2.5, and the space book is already one of his favorites. He loves the moon, he loves the stars and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's fascinating when you're little because it's just you don't know what's out there. The sky's the limit, and so he finds a lot of. That's his sister Lily. She's still down on Earth.
So he leaves her behind.
She's kind of holding the fort down. So she's kind of like his HQ, kind of keeping track of things from down on Earth.
I love this stylized. Just but it's all kind of woven together really nicely. But it's unmistakable. No one's mistaking this for anything else. I dig that.
Yeah,
it's a very iconic look.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Yeah.
There's him here. Yeah,
these are.
He's got like a pop gun. Yeah.
Yeah. So his weapon it's a pop gun. It's in the game too. You're watching if you're playing just now. You're watching that video just now. He just runs around with a little pop gun. Blasting things, really, it's everything's just through a kid's mind.
We got a pop gun the other day, and he's shooting it at me, and it's just kind of more likely to bounce back into his own face. Lucky it's made of foam.
Yeah, I get freaked out. My 2-year-old grabs the pop gun, he holds it right up to his face before he lets it go. I was like, oh.
Do you guys have Nerf guns at home?
Oh yeah.
Do you have any Nerf? Oh my god, he's like he has no compunction, just walking straight up to you and shooting you right in the face with a Nerf bullet.
My kids can't cock those guns at all. Like they're not strong enough yet, so they kind of just like. I think
they do that on purpose.
So I get close. Yeah. Yeah, and if you want, I can show off some of the pages of it.
You do that because I just found a bunch of stuff off your Twitter page, so you can take control and you can drive.
Yeah, here
I don't mind. We've checked out under the hood. It all looks good. Everything's in working order.
Fluids are all good for you.
I like. Mo is really running with this.
Right. let the like button recover a little bit, man.
Yeah, you can't just hammer it. You can't just smack it all day and all night. You've got to, otherwise you wear it out.
You want that like button to like you back a little bit.
Let it recover. Gotta have recovered.
Man, can you remember the Atari graphics? Like they weren't even graphics. It was just more, just mathematical equations depicted on a screen.
Yeah, kids don't appreciate it these days. I've tried to get my kids to play
those Atari sounds.
All that stuff.
2-bit audio.
I guess I missed it. I've got Australian hours down here. How'd your bingo go?
It was fine. We had a few people watching. Somebody actually won the cards. I didn't think anybody would actually win a game. We'd have enough people win a game, but someone won it. Darth Fatass won the. We had some really interesting people in the chat. We had Wizzy Jizz and Darth Fatass and a couple other weird names. It was an interesting crowd. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I ordered the cards the other day, and so they're on their way. Hopefully in a few weeks. So.
A little while ago. Yeah, okay. You said you took up drawing as a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So a little while ago, Rob Arnold was asking for childhood stories of stupid things we've done, and I figure you sound like a good candidate. Have you gotten in trouble for drawing as a kid? Sorry, that was harsher than it was intended. Let's rewind that. Anyway,
nothing malicious, but
no. Have you gotten in trouble drawing as a kid, like in school? And what were you drawing?
Oh yeah, I never took notes. I had notebooks, and I don't know if kids these days if they still use like the brown paper bags as like book covers, if they even use books anymore. So that was my whole time at school. I was either drawing on my desk or drawing in my notebook or drawing on my on my book cover, and I almost never took notes. And the grades clearly showed that. And it used to drive my dad nuts. And finally, when I was born at the right time that graphic design or web design was a thing by the time I got to college, that I was able to somehow pull it off and get to college. And my dad to this day is flabbergasted that I became an adult. I don't know.
And you're able to make a living out of this stuff.
Yeah. He's like, I
had a bit of that going as well. Yeah. So you're just like me, you just kind of never stopped drawing and.
No, I ever since I was introduced to Garfield when I was little, and my older brother used to draw a lot too. So it was just I'd copy whatever he was drawing, and I'd draw Garfield all the time. And yeah.
Hey, Kino Subway, Hal, thanks for coming, buddy. Yeah, Mark, you can't sell them, but you can win them.
I can't. I want to. I would love to just.
Can you imagine trying to figure all that out?
Oh yeah, there'd be so many lawsuits.
So have you got something you want to share with us?
Yeah, I can share a screen if you'd like.
Yep.
I don't think there's anything weird on my desktop. I think we're good.
Yeah, hide that. You know what? This is a kid show, family show.
Not after hours. They're in bed now.
Well, so yeah, it's 1:22 here in the afternoon for me. So.
10:23 p.m. here. So yeah. So here's a opening shot of the book.
Yep.
That's Reese right there. Yeah, seeing the star in the sky, and there's no wording or anything on this yet. It's all just images. Your first clue that there's nothing realistic about this book is the moon. It's just a giant crescent moon in the background.
I like how the craters contribute to the hollow moon theory.
It actually looks well baked. It looks like a nice French patisserie,
I believe the moon is made of cheese. So
and I like you really like your rim lighting there. I like to see that.
Yeah, I had this, in favor of fancy Photoshop effects. I kind of just have to draw things like that everywhere now. The whole comic's a whole different approach to drawing for me. I'm not used to just kind of drawing everything all at once. I usually draw things in pieces and put them together, but this is kind of a whole different approach. It's a shed where his sister's kind of holding down the fort right now. It's our first introduction to his sister Lily, and then the spaceship reveal.
Did he build the spaceship? I see there's sticky tape on it.
Yep, yeah, it's all cardboard and duct tape with a couple flashlights. And I can the cockpit is if anybody grew up in the 80s, it's those old Fisher-Price viewfinders.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, you know, it'd be a really cool perk or a stretch goal or something is if you have, people can get the spaceship and they can actually build a little spaceship. That would be cool.
Yeah, I gotta reach out to the blockhead people whoever does those blockhead things, see if they can make a spaceship.
Simply Green, so good to see you here, buddy.
Your kid has no idea what a ViewMaster is, does he?
No, he has no clue. It's for my kid, but it's also he's not going to get 90% of this book probably.
It's layered, is it? It's like adult jokes laid over the top. Is that?
Yeah, it's very very much kid friendly and very much easy for a kid to understand. But there's a couple themes in there that that will speak more to adults. And
there's a show. It actually reminds me a little bit of this because it's really graphic in terms of just the look and the illustrations and everything like that. It's a TV show. It's made here in Australia. It's called Bluey. and it's just become a massive hit here. Yeah, I'll try and find an image of it. One sec. Here you go.
Bro, you already got it?
Stop sharing.
Yeah, I've already got it.
Of course you do.
Oh, what's going on there? There it is. Okay. Oh, it's in it. Of course, I put it in another screen because that's just how I roll. Whoa, who did I take out?
Oops.
There it is.
I'm just clicking buttons now. So, yeah. So this show, Bluey. See how it's a really nice modern look to it, and a kid can watch it and sort of just follow these two kids. They just love playing and they have big imaginations. So you kind of go on their little adventures. It's a lot like what you're talking about. So if they'll imagine that they're, the floor is lava or something and all that kind of stuff. And then his dad, he loves to play, and then the mum gets in on it as well. But it's so well crafted. It's got so much heart, and there's two stories in every episode. So it's one story for the parents and one story for the kids, and somehow they make it work. So the parents will watch it and just relate so much. Like, oh my god, yes, this is so true.
I'm sure they'll pull it off a lot better than me, but
it really impressed me every episode.
I'm looking at your artwork here. I'm looking at your artwork.
I'll take this down. Put your artwork back up. This is your stream. I just wanted to show off a bit of Bluey.
And I'm seeing a lot of really neat things that remind me of the stories from my childhood that were like Wink and Blink and a Nod, The Little Prince, In the Night Kitchen, Little Nemo, all these like childhood imagination stories that actually we don't really have a lot of anymore. On TV, what we're getting is kind of dumbed down, watered, milk toast kind of versions of, whatever Thundercats or whatever. But it's like, this seems like a well-crafted, meant to be a substantial story for kids. The artwork is complex. It's not oversimplified. The idea of the brother and sister working together for something that's built into their imagination. I think that that's a more complex concept than what kids are being fed nowadays. And I don't know, are you familiar with like In the Night Kitchen?
Not In the Night Kitchen, but I remember growing up, a lot of things were about kids' imaginations, like Muppet Babies or Calvin and Hobbes, and and in the cupboard, those old stories and stuff. Like, it's all, a lot of these things are, you don't see a lot of just kids kind of going wild with their imaginations. Everything's probably PJ Masks now, or whatever what these darn kids are watching these days.
They're sort of a lot of watered down versions of the more tween and grown up kid shows.
Exactly.
And they're pretty forgettable. But like I said, there are a few diamonds in the rough there, like that Bluey show. Surprisingly, the new Barbie cartoons. My daughter's big into Barbie.
Barbie?
Yeah, there's like Barbie animations.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Do you have a daughter?
No.
If anyone who has a daughter, it might end up in that place. And I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna have Barbie on in the background, And no, they're surprisingly really sophisticated and self-referential and kind of self-deprecating, and they play off the whole stereotype of what Barbie is. And it's just really done really cleverly. So there are a couple out there that are doing it well.
The Lego cartoons and movies and stuff that you see, they get it off pretty well. Like they're pretty just dumb fun.
In the same vein, because look, they're really popular when they do it right. When you get it right, it just makes sense. If the parents are happy to watch it and have fun with it and can kind of get something out of it, they're so much more likely to let the kids watch it and watch it with the kids. Like, if your story has, it's not just a kid's story, it's like an adult can enjoy it as well. It's then, they're so much more likely to want to read it to their kids.
Yeah, and that's the hope, is that I imagine what I make is going to appeal more to people my age, probably parents. I think kids will look at it, hopefully just see pretty pictures and kind of get an inkling of what the plot's about. Like, always fighting space aliens, he's flying around in space, but Yeah, my kids unfortunately ruined my life by watching Blippi. I don't know if anybody's familiar with him on YouTube.
No.
He's this obnoxious 30-something-year-old guy who dresses in like this weird orange and blue beret and talks like this and dances and says annoying things.
Oh my god!
And sounds.
Okay.
Mo Biggs, you calm down there, buddy. He's saying I forced my daughter to watch Barbie with him, so I don't have to feel weird about it.
It's okay. It's okay,
Well,
Michael. This is a safe place.
Hey, Poland's here. Hal, Poland, how you going?
All right.
Hey,
How you going?
I
You'd
got
be
one
familiar.
I got one for 6 a.m.
Oh,
sir.
you do, right?
Special
Hold
one
on.
for him today.
Yeah.
Poland likes to. Oh, right. It says so. The Lucent featuring 6 a.m. comics. There you go. Poland likes to make special avatars for each show,
Oh, nice.
custom made.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah,
I've got to share
Daybreak's
some of
coming
your.
Bring the
Am
light.
I Laura Croft? Is that a?
The ongoing joke is that it's Laura Bancroft. You
Yeah,
see?
that's right. It's my female alter ego.
Is,
I gotta. Where's that? Hang on. You guys chat. I gotta pull up that thing that you sent us.
It's his Barbie doll.
No, it's not a Barbie doll.
He's very.
It's
in
always
touch-
hard.
He's very in
it's always-
touch with his other side.
Hey, look,
It's good to be in touch, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Especially if you're a creator, you
I'm
can
comfortable.
all audiences.
I'm
Now,
comfortable.
Mark, I
in
am
my,
I am really stuck on this page. We're not going to talk about his other side. I'm really stuck on this page here. No offense, Mike. Just the way I can remember the way I might have perceived this as a kid. I might not have realized everything was cardboard, but I still would have related to it somehow. All right, this is great. So it makes you got what, an 8-year-old now?
Yeah. Well, he'll be 8 this year, but yeah. So,
Okay, cool. As he or she?
He.
Okay. Does he take an interest in when you're doing art?
He does. My middle child more so than this one. He's too brainy for me, I think. But my middle child tends to take more of an interest in my art. I think every day he's usually bugging me to draw him Lego Batman, or he always wants me to draw Lego characters for him. Which drives me nuts.
That's right. That's right. I forgot you're the one who. Yeah, I saw that about you before. Right.
They're impossible to draw too. I hate when he does that. I want Lego. It's never just like draw Lego Batman. It's like I want Lego Batman fighting Lego Clayface and Lego Two-Face. He's very specific about where it has to be and what he's doing specifically. And
Movie
I was
director.
like,
Dad, their
Garfield.
arms aren't that articulated. Rein it in.
Yeah, well, then I'm done. He's like, I want you to color it. Like, no. It's like, I love you,
Come
but
on, draw the line. Draw the line. So, do you reveal? Is it a spoiler? Like, why are the kids? Why is he wanting to get to the moon? Do we know that? Is that going to be a big spoiler?
not really. So the whole point is he's trying to get to the star that he sees out in the sky. And so really he has this. You'll find out as it goes on. He has this whole plan of like he's going to go. He knows the how the planets are aligned right now. He's going to go to this planet, to this planet, to this planet. And his idea. He's a kid, so whatever he thinks is pretty much true at this point. The star is at the edge of the solar system. And so he's got this whole plan to go from here to here to here to here and get to the star and find out what it is. And obviously along the way things aren't going to go quite as planned, and he's going to go off course, and just all kinds of weird aliens, and
It can never go as planned, even in our imaginations.
can't go as planned.
You
Especially
gotta put
kids.
him down with some sick bars, right?
That was just a passing phase.
Yeah.
It was Trinity in the moment.
If you have kids out there and they have to write a short story or whatever, they want to write a little book. I know my daughter likes to write, little comics sometimes. It's funny when they first start writing, they write their stories. It's just like they do the setup, and then hopefully something happens, and then it's all good, and that's the end. It's so funny. Like that's the kind of child's view of what a story is. And I always say to her, you've got to make something bad has to happen, or something has to go wrong. Otherwise, there's no story.
You're critiquing your little girl's stories. Like, no,
I do. I'm like, you could do better than this. She's probably listening to this right now, shaking her head.
SMH.
Calling all her characters Mary Sue's and
My characters, my kiddos are
Dang it,
both
Ray.
storytellers.
Next time.
And
What's that, Bandito?
my kiddos are both storytellers, and my oldest is always killing off all of her characters, and she's like, I don't know how to end this. And I was like, well, what's the problem? She's like, everyone's dead.
Well, that's right.
That's interesting. How did
That is
we
a
get...
problem. You say to her, you've written yourself into a corner there.
Yeah, I was just like, well, you need new heroes.
Is this the one who's a good artist? She did that Vampirella? Yeah, she's really good.
Your daughter drew Vampirella?
Yeah, and it was really good too.
Is it
See
nearby?
if you can pull it up.
It's down. I can maybe pull it up. You can pull it up.
Just find your
It's in the DMs.
Image.
while you do that, I'll share this.
Well, you can bring it up. You got Twitter on there too.
Yeah, but
Bandito,
so
come
hard.
on. He's trying to manage a whole show here.
Yeah, well,
6
this
a.m.
is-
I just found Pillow Man in your big drawing.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Yeah, this is like
Pillow Man.
Where's Waldo, except everybody's Waldo. It's really great.
Yeah, that was one of my
Yeah, that's a good point. So
uh,
this is The Lucent starring Lara Bancroft. That's what Poland did for me.
Please make this an alternate cover on your campaign.
Well, what did you say, Poland? People were asking, is this a variant?
yeah, I had people ask me on the Discord if this was a variant. I sent it to a few people.
You need to work a little bit on your what do you call this when you blend in here?
Yeah, yeah, it does.
But I know
actually
you
told
did this for free, so
I told Bandito that last night. It's like it needs a little bit more, but I'm gonna go ahead and send it because I'm too tired.
don't spend too much time on this, please. Well, that's funny.
Getting rid of Ella was actually the toughest part, and then
Yeah, I can imagine.
cleaning it up afterwards. Yeah,
Easier on you with the critique than he is with his daughter, apparently. So.
I'll take any tips. I think of stuff like this to do for fun, just to try and think of new techniques and new ways of doing things. And this was a lot of fun. So,
I mean, that blends surprisingly well.
I like it. I'm going to share it on Twitter later. Bandito, Mo reckons you got a future George R. Martin in your house.
Yes. Yeah, no, she's
Check
a
out that,
storyteller.
14 years old.
14
Wow.
years old. She drew it in the car while we drove down to meet
Wow.
Grandma.
In the car,
She's inked
too.
it. She's inked it since then.
Is she?
she was also upside down when she did it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
How many more
blindfolded.
things can I say?
And under pressure.
Yeah.
While Dad was yelling at her.
Do better. Yeah.
How's
No.
the inking?
Get her to
She's
start
not
reading
listening,
Albert
is she?
Camus. It'll be good.
Yeah.
How's
So,
the inking,
yeah,
Bandito?
The inking's pretty good. The inking is downstairs, so I'd have to run down and grab that.
God, I want you to critique it.
You want?
Is it
I'm not
is
gonna-
it as good as the sketch?
I actually like the sketch better. So she doesn't quite understand line weights and that kind of stuff yet.
Yes.
Publicly critique
Yeah,
it on
it-
YouTube for everybody to see.
Yeah,
It does take a while.
Let me tear down my kiddo publicly
Shame.
for
Shame.
everyone's.
She wants to get in the game.
Shame.
That's how you forge great artists, isn't it? Tearing them
It
down
is, yeah.
in front of
Adversity.
everyone on the internet at the age
No
of
great artist
14.
ever said I had a great life and my dad loved me. And
Well, Mel,
we're-
you can tell her that Mel thinks it's beautiful. It is really very impressive for a 14-year-old.
The thing, she's done tons of pictures like this, and she's like, this is, it's good. It's not that bad for what she has done with other stuff. But the thing that surprised me was that she did it without a reference. And I was just like, where'd you get,
Whoa.
how'd you know what to draw with all the stuff? And she's like, well, you showed me, you had that cover, because I have Ethan's cover here of the Vampirella. And so she had looked at some stuff back then when I got that cover. And then she had seen, of course, Anna's cover. And she was just like, I think she's seen it so many times in the last year. She's just like, well, I got to draw something. So she just threw it together.
luckily,
You
Vampirella
should
doesn't have
like
that much to remember clothing wise. It's
if she's doing that well without reference, like get some reference in
know.
front of her while she's drawing, and she'll see.
You just,
go crazy.
That's what I said to her. I was just like, I could give you a couple pictures. And she was like, no, I just wanted to see if I could do it. I was like, all right.
I love how the hair just keeps going.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
Well,
you gotta
that's
have
the other
that.
thing too. she was asking me about like what makes her, special as a character, because she was saying it's just a woman standing there. I was just like, well, there's a couple things, the shape of her head and that kind of stuff. And she was like, oh, all right. And then she just threw it together.
Wow.
Oh,
So
and she's got abs. Dang.
Yeah. I was gonna say the anatomy on that is spot on. That's impressive.
Yeah, I don't know.
I did cartoons so I could avoid having to learn anatomy.
Anatomy.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I
just gonna
started
have to
off
put her-
with the Ninja Turtles and stuff like that.
I
You
could
don't
never
have to really.
That always threw me off.
I'm just gonna have to put her on my next book.
There you
Yeah,
go.
well, I said to
Put
my
it away.
daughter, she's only 8. I said she really wants to help out too. Like I said, she's making comics of her own. Just gets the printer paper and kind of sticks a staple in it and draws a comic. She's actually made a
Nice.
comic. I've got to print it in at one point. It's quite funny. It's quite an entertaining read. And I said, look, I can get you on the flatting, like pretty much straight away.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting if I could hire her as a flatter to begin with.
Or
And
like
then
3.5
maybe who knows, we
months
could
from
become
now,
a team.
get her just like a little pair of gloves and have her, help fulfill. That would get her into it.
Well, Mel's already said she's on the fulfilling, so everyone who backs the Lucent will, it's definitely going to be a whole family affair.
Nice. That's the way it should
I'll
be.
be at work and she'll be at home putting comics into, bags and boards and getting everything all sorted. So, yeah.
Sean
If
Davis
mine-
kind of set the gold standard for parent kid duos.
If
Yeah,
mine gets fulfilled by Clark, no matter what it ends up looking like, I'll be honored.
I'll have to make sure I know who all of you guys all your real names and everything, so that I can add in a couple little extra stuff for you guys.
Nice.
So maybe maybe a little Clark drawing, maybe a little Victor. You know what Victoria's really into
Sticker.
right now is these things where you get them from IKEA. They're little bead things, and you put them on a grid, and you can make a little pixture out of it, and you iron it flat, and it all sticks together. Have you seen those things?
Yeah.
Yeah, people make
Yeah,
pixel art
she's
with
really
those.
into them.
Well,
What's
my
that?
kiddo,
Yeah,
People make a
pixel
lot
art.
of pixel art, yeah, with those
Yeah.
things.
how old is she? 8?
Yeah, 8.
My oldest, when she was 8, I would take her drawings and make stickers out of them. And you can get that paper that you can just print on.
Yes.
And
That's it,
yeah, and I used to do that, and she loved that. Our entire house was stickered.
Well, she's probably listening to this right now. So as soon as I walk inside, this is what she'll say to me: "You get that sticker paper today. You go to Office Works."
I have a bunch of it because I tried to make a color form once, and I thought I knew you had to buy vinyl paper, but apparently I bought like stacks and stacks of like sticker vinyl paper. So I didn't know what to do. So my kid would just draw, and I would just make stickers out of his goofy drawings and stuff.
You know what I've
Nice.
also got here? I've got a vinyl cutting machine. So I can cut special shapes and
Ooh.
stuff.
Ooh.
So yeah, I could even get cool. But yeah, I'm not going to because I've got no time to do that. Who am I kidding? I'm so close to finishing this cartoon. You don't understand. It's right there, and I just need to just finish off this one last little bit, and yeah, I'm getting this thing out of my life. It's like
Which
this
one
growth.
are you doing this time?
It's the absolute state of Marvel Comics.
Nice.
And it's Ethan exaggerated on stream the other day. He said I was cutting down a 2-hour rant into 30 seconds. Not quite. It was a 25-minute rant though, and I got it down to 2 minutes 20 seconds.
Dude, you're who was it? The soy boy. That one image of Joss
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton. Yeah, Will Wheaton. I want to make that image.
It's so funny that it's so you can't tell like what's going to be popular. That was literally just. I thought, the talking bit is going a bit long here. I should add, a break in it, add a little joke, put a little cherry on this. And I just listened to it. I'll just draw Will Wheaton. And I literally, Google an image of him. I found him going like, oh, that's perfect. And I sketched that out in about
I had to pause when I was watching that because
5 minutes.
had me rolling when I saw it.
Yeah, and then straight away, I posted the video within a minute and a half. Someone had posted, this image. Oh my god, I'm dying. And then another guy out there, he put some glasses on him, like soy boy glasses on, and he just puts it on everything. And man, it just worked so perfectly. Which you just never know. I've got a few more what I'm dubbing cursed images in this upcoming one. So hopefully they'll get shared around. But this one, it's basically he's talking about why Comicsgate happened, how Marvel was like opened the door to left-wing activists essentially, and how they just took over and we're in the situation that we're in, and how they're blaming it on the flu, but it was really them this whole time. And there's some funny moments.
The bright shining light in the middle of all that is whatever you enjoyed before, you still have. I mean, unless you sold it, but they can't take away our memories.
But they can't destroy our futures. Yeah.
I was trying to be optimistic. Okay.
I know.
Antoine wants to know what program I use. So I draw it all in Illustrator because Illustrator, and I just set. You might be aware of this, Mark. I set the like simplicity tool on my brush way up, so that when I do a stroke, if I want to make it straight, it just goes and goes straight. If I want to make a nice curve, it goes and it's a perfect curve. So I don't want to waste any more time on this than I have to. I want to get these drawings done quick. And then I just pretty much make them as frames. So say for instance, if Ethan's talking, there's a frame of him there with his mouth closed and then his mouth open. So they're two frames, and then I just stitch them together in Adobe Premiere.
Oh, Premiere
with the audio.
I wondered if you were using Animate or Flash.
No, people have asked, like, am I using an actual animation program and stuff? No, not really. Because I'm not familiar with that program. I know how to use Premiere, and they said you can do like auto what's it called, voice sync and stuff, but that stuff is actually takes no time at all, really. Getting his mouth syncing up to the audio, it's the drawing of all the little bits, and sometimes I'm doing a little bit more animation than I was originally now, and that's probably why it's taking a little bit more time. But it is what it is.
Quite a bit to try and do animation way back in whenever Flash was still relevant.
I used to do it as well, and it was, my God. Talk about every program that I use. Pretty much self-taught, and when I say self-taught, like you learn enough to get by, and then if you're stuck, you go on and you find out how to do that one specific task, and that's up over time. Yeah. And most programs are pretty easy to get a handle on, but Flash, I was pulling my hair out for a year on that. Yeah, because it's got you got the thing and you got the timelines, and it was just a lot of, and because it wasn't Adobe, so it had its own kind of way of doing things. Yeah. You have to click out of things and click back into things, and
the movie clips used to be kind of a pain.
Exactly.
Movie clips because you're trying to do all these detailed animations. And
Michael, my favorite method of yours is how you animated the cover on your page. Talk about.
Oh yes, I just want to say hello to Benny, Black Ruby. G'day. And just is anyone else saying anything in the chat here? Yeah. Okay, all right. He's happy to catch the stream while working from home. Awesome, cool. Well, thanks for being here, man.
Captain Australia.
You guys got all caught up with your computer nerd talk, so you got to get back to the animation and the comics. Like,
yeah. All right. So I don't know if you've seen this. Let me.
I was segueing back to the comic. We're getting there, Bandy.
Simply Green, you are correct. About removing our memories, the SSRIs. Yeah, let's avoid those. Simply Green, just hail Simply Green.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna hunt down and find some of my old Flash animations because they are quite fun and funny. But man, were they a real pain in the ass to make. And Flash was just
probably embarrassing to watch. So
yeah, I remember like Apple just pretty much put the kibosh on Flash and said this is rubbish and we're not going to be endorsing it anymore.
That felt like doomsday to me because my entire college experience for web design was learning Flash. And so I spent years learning like ActionScript, and the day that they were like, yeah, no more, I thought I was about to be out of a job. It was
you know, it is what it is. But we all came off better on the other side.
Yeah.
So this GIF here, you may have seen this. This is the GIF of my UV spot cover that I did. And some people have asked, obviously Poland likes the story. So this is the animation that I invented.
It's brilliant.
I'll actually bring up a YouTube video as well with a similar animation.
Is that the Star Wars one?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I've done is I made a mask in Photoshop, right, of where the sheen needs to go. And basically I created a translucent layer with that shimmer on it. And I just hit screen record and just with my mouse literally just dragged it from one side of the screen to the other. Save it as a GIF and away we go. I think I've invented a new way of animating.
I really wish like your mouse cursor showed up in that somewhere.
It's called screen grab animation. Yeah, this is Brad. Brad's my mate from way back. We've been mates for 20 plus years now. The Fink is the t-shirt company I used to have, and he remembers he knows what I'm talking about. So let me pull that up. Where is it? YouTube. Is it the one with Yoda? Is that the one you're talking about, Poland?
Yeah.
Right. Of course, I'm not logged in as me, so I'm going to have to search myself.
I'm just looking
We
at
all do that from time to time just to see if anything pops up.
Someone's live.
Right. Oh, I'm live. I'm stream sniping myself.
Stream snipe inception.
Streamception. All right. This is very entertaining. I should have thought about this earlier, but that's okay. We're getting there.
Oh,
We're getting there.
As long as we're scrolling your account, my coworkers really thought that your your ice bag on the head was awesome.
Victoria asked about that. She's like, "What is that?" She had no idea. I said, "Sometimes when mummies and daddies drink too much." And you know what? Of course, I'm not sharing audio.
Okay, be that way.
Why you gotta be that way?
Such a noob.
He was afraid to get struck down, by Michael Bancroft.
It's true.
Yeah, that guy is vindictive. All right. Okay, let's see. So this is all with that animation process. Everything you're seeing animating here is me screen recording myself, moving things around, moving layers around in Photoshop. Everything.
It's like
it becomes funny when you see Yoda walking.
It's puppetry.
It's
and it is puppetry.
Yeah.
And don't laugh at my voice acting. Well, actually, do laugh at it. I want you to.
I'll return. I promise.
Told you I did. Rex is here. Now, matters are worse.
You gave Yoda
That boy is our last hope.
No, there is another.
Look at him walking.
I can't watch
Look at him. That's me going like this. You can touch my mouth.
It's
I'm just moving him to the side. You can see the kind of like wiggles too.
Oh man. can't watch any of these the same way anymore.
Yeah, I view them better now.
Hang on. Yeah. Man, I should trademark this. It's it's a whole new thing.
I was hoping I'd get more of an Australian Yoda, but that's fine.
Going. What would Yoda say?
There is another. Right.
No. There is another.
I think George Lucas missed out on something. Missed opportunities. Didn't have an Australian Yoda.
It just gives a little bit of realism. I don't know if you know this in movie animation, like high-end stuff. I remember seeing this on Alita. There was a moment where she's hovering on her finger or something, she's out of hand, and they have to make it shake slightly. Otherwise it looks like fake. It looks like just a photo. So I've locked into something. My movements, you get that natural shakiness with the mouse as you drag it around the screen, and it just works so well.
You got the Alf walk for Yoda there when he's in the house.
Yes, it was Alf. Oh man, that's exactly right. That is exactly right. Oh, fantastic! Why is Yoda sharing that belly twin baby?
The kid did look terrified.
Yeah. Hey, look, I just wanted to draw Baby Yoda, all right? Leave me alone.
Oh, did you put a focus on Billy Ray Trojan up a few comments?
What's that?
Billy Ray Trojan, go up 3 comments, I think. Wait, am I live or am I top?
Luke is a deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
He learned from the best.
Oh, is that Luke and Yoda's baby?
Yeah, that's what people said. They said, "Wow, Luke had a baby with Yoda and left him." I remember that going on. It's like, guys, I just wanted to draw a Star Wars animation. All right, stop pointing out my foibles.
Hey, I'm on your side.
The dark side. That's the dark side right there.
But anyway, I've got other ones on there. What did you say? Have I closed it now? I'm an idiot. I probably closed it. Where's that other one? All right, I'm gonna go find another one. You guys keep talking.
Well, I'm on your side. I think that we need more animations like that.
Absolutely.
These are the difficult questions that need to be asked.
See, I'm going to be looking for your mouse cursor, kind of like in movies, like when you look for the boom mic.
Well, I've kind of graduated now a little bit. Like with the animations now that I'm doing, I'm actually using actual animation in Premiere Pro. But look, if you don't know how to use that, man, it works. It's so you can get stuff. You can animate stuff.
You shouldn't give away your secrets, though.
No. The more people out there making fun stuff, the better. Did you
Amen.
I won't show. I'll show this one. One sec. It's 18 seconds long. It's not this one. You were I think Blue. You were saying you were freaking out from.
I'll know what you mean when I say it.
Oh, you'll see it when you see it. You'll know what I'm talking about. Do you remember this?
Oh. What was the word I used for that? Not
I can't remember. It was funny.
Else.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you prepared, Mark? Are you
Is
prepared?
the sound on?
Oh, not prepared.
Yeah, the sound is on. Sound. This is like what when people say like sound mandatory or must be. Okay, you ready? He wasn't expecting that. There you go. What channel did I come on to?
Mark, we'll get you the link for that so you can tweet it at Frega.
I want like a poster of that, but I a motion poster now.
A lenticular poster.
Kind of like a pop-up book where I can slide a thing and
Oh, That's your next stretch goal.
What's that?
You have to have an insert comic book size page of Donald Trump with slidey things.
Oh my god!
Please make the tab on his crotch so when you yank on
No,
his
but
pecs,
hey,
it'll pop in.
guys, the cards that they're making now are so amazing. Like, you get a greeting card for your birthday, you open it up, it can play the music, and it can have a little motorized.
Oh,
You imagine
Trump greeting cards.
Yeah.
how good that would be?
This is the big brain.
Alex,
stuff.
great to see you here, buddy. So glad you made it.
Yeah.
Mel says that's Clark's favorite. He does love watching that video continuously over and over again. Simply Green said his body was ready. Don't know what I was expecting.
Is your body ready for that? Is the question.
Are you ever ready for that? Are you ever ready?
I want that as my ringtone for my phone.
I would be remiss to say, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Vinny's here. Hey, Vinny,
Oh,
how you going,
sure,
buddy?
Vinny.
Vinny's another guy I really want to get on the show, so we'll have to get together some point. And what would be a proper occasion for that cut? I don't know. I do not know, but I thought it was hilarious. Did you know when everyone was saying I've got to have an imprint, because I was just gonna put up my book as my own name, just Michael Bancroft. And I always thought, okay, what imprint can I have? What name kind of says who I am? And I thought, when I'm drawing every day, I get up at 5 a.m. to draw. So I'll call myself 5 a.m. Comics. And that was always my plan.
I'm trying to one up you, Mark.
I know.
And then I just see this guy, and I'm like, what?
Dropping
6 a.m.
bars
Comics?
from Mars.
Sniping me. When did
Yeah.
you come up with that name, 6 a.m. Comics?
2000.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I mean,
I'll
go
move
for
on
it.
Future
No.
sniping.
No, I'm not going to do that to you.
Don't care.
Skip Edwards is here. Hey, Skip, how you going? Yeah, Vinny says great. Yeah, I'd love to do it sometime. We'll have to get together in the DMs and what are you on about? Hey, Xevious is here. Wow, the show is really picking up just as we're about to close it down.
I told you this is the best show on Comicsgate right now. And it's not because of how many people show up, but who's showing up.
That's right. We
You're
are the
not at
best
work.
people in here. No, but I've got I did promise my boss I would get back to work. I'm going to be working from home later, so I do have things I need to do, and it's so I do have to turn it off. And plus, I just like the 1 hour shows. I think they work well.
They're great. Okay, quick
So
question.
yes,
Mark, I had to wash my hands because my keyboard gets greasy and gross. I missed a bit. Did you say when you're thinking of your book launching and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I'm not launching until it's done, just because I've seen. I'm
Good idea.
prepared for the whole thing because I've never done it. I'm hoping the book's going to be finished by November, December-ish, somewhere in there.
Okay.
From there, I got to figure out what to do from there. But I know I keep hearing that end of the year is kind of a death sentence for campaign launches.
Yeah.
So-
I would wait until January, Feb, because I was doing just like shows. It was called Comicsgate Corner, where I would look at new projects, and there really was just a lull of kind of new stuff coming out, and then all of a sudden, around about just before I launched, actually, or just after I launched, it was just there's too much now. Now I can't even follow all the new campaigns. So yeah, I would say probably somewhere around Feb or a bit later.
Yeah, that's going to give me time too, because I got to sort out. Cause I've never done this, so I got to figure out.
And gives you time to build your platform as well, and because that is so key.
Very slowly doing, but I appreciate guys like you throwing me out there.
Oh yeah, no, and yeah, has anyone put a link
You're
to
the man of the hour. You're the one who's entertaining. Like you're here because of what you do.
Yeah, like exactly your raps and your art and everything. It's freaking amazing.
You're here because we're fans.
Exactly.
I'll have to start some rap beef with someone again because that fizzled out too fast.
There you go. And Alex is a fan as well.
I appreciate
you
that.
you got a lot of fans out there. We just need to get you out there in front of more eyeballs. So if anyone can has Mark's Twitter, put it, because he doesn't have a page yet, obviously. And get that get the sign up page going. Like you can have it for like 6 months.
Really?
And 6 months before you need to launch. So when would that be? You know, at some point, you know, soonish. You could get that going, and you don't have to put too much up there. You got plenty of art though. You got plenty of art to show off. It's always just a good thing to have somewhere to throw people towards.
I'm trying to work up I've attempted YouTube thing. I'm happy you're going on other people's channels because I don't have a clue how you guys do that. But
Michael,
you figure it out
together.
Skip Edwards to the question in the chat, Michael.
Can you guys touch on building a platform and preparing to launch? Yeah, just quickly. What I did, all I can talk about is my own thing. First of all, the first thing I started to do, like, I wouldn't go into it with a plan. Just start doing things, doing as much things as you can, as you have the ability to and the time to. And it's all about making connections. So getting a Twitter is probably the first thing that you can do, because it's so easy, and you just start following people and you're really just like talking to them, making one-on-one connections. Because the thing about Twitter is you can follow someone and they follow you back, and then you just never see each other again, and it's a pointless thing. A lot of people get mixed up. They think it's really good to do this kind of follow back thing on Twitter. Don't do that. It is absolutely pointless. I learned that mistake twice because I thought, I've got all these followers, and they're not followers. They have no idea who you are. They don't see anything you do. They don't care about you. They don't know you. It's just a kind of pat you on the back, you pat me, I pat you kind of bullshit. It doesn't work. It's going to take time to build that Twitter following, and it's a very slow snowball to get rolling. But once it does start getting rolling, it will really pick up. But you just got to keep putting out all your stuff. We've lost someone, and then with YouTube, like, I don't know about you, Mike. Do you have a channel?
I do. There's not much on there. I've got YouTube. Just 6 AM Comics on YouTube.
Cool.
I don't have much on there. A couple plays of the game. I got a slow jam music video for EBS's book, and
it's there, at least. It started. Like, starting a channel is, I've been talking about starting a channel for 5 years now. If Brad is still here listening, he will know. Every time I spoke to him, we play poker together, and every time I said to him, man, I got to start my channel. I really need to kind of get myself out there. I just don't know what to do. And that was it. That's what stopped me for about 5 years. I just don't know what to do. And then one day I just said, well, screw it. What can I do? So I started doing fan art for some people. And that was a great start for me, because, you can make a direct connection with someone. You do the fan art for them. They'll share it around. You can post it on your YouTube. I found out that people on YouTube don't really care about fan art, which is unfortunate, but maybe, I'm just not that big of a name yet or whatever. So then I started doing those silly cartoons. Sometimes they get a few shares, mostly not though. What worked for me, I found, was when I started doing commentary on just whatever I was looking at the time. So I started doing that commentary, and I was just trying to do it, as often as I could. It was a real struggle because I work and I do the comic and everything. I found myself recording a video driving home from dropping my daughter at school. So I drop my daughter at school, stick the camera on my dash, and record myself just waffling about nonsense for like 10, 15 minutes, and then upload that once I got to work. And it was, it just slowly builds up, and you just, that's why I'm saying don't go into it with a plan, because the chat and the YouTubers and everyone, they'll let you know.
I think you mean don't go into it with an inflexible plan. Be flexible.
That's right. Don't go into thinking I'm going to do this, and this, and it's going to, because it could completely fall flat in its face, and you've got to listen to what the people are telling you now. Yeah, Skip is saying he's doing fan art right now. Exactly. That's a great start, because you have some of the connections I made doing fan art are still, some of my strongest connections that I've got to this day. I'm still DMing those people, a lot, and I'm so grateful that I've kind of made friends with them now, because it's just kind of a way to kind of get in the door, because a lot of these guys they have so many people kind of knocking on the door for attention. And you did the same thing, Mark. You said that's how you. I mean, that's.
I was going to say, yeah, for true. I mean, the only reason I'm even on the stream right now or have any recognition in comics is because I started doing that collage. Because it's it flatters people, and it's a good way to kind of get your art out there, and people are more apt to pay attention to something that interests them. And the entire reason the game even exists is because I did fan art for the game guy.
There you go.
So.
Yeah, and sorry, go on, Blue.
Oh, I hope you're going to have good success with that book, because it's got all the multi-layer, multi-age, and there's just not enough stuff, period, for kids anymore.
Yeah, that's why I was really, really happy to see what it was and kind of like get a good look at it, because that is so true. I'm getting all these comics, but there's not many I can kind of show.
Yeah, my kids bust in my office every now and then and see the stack of comics on the shelf, and I'm like, oh, you can't read that. You can't really look at that. You can't really look at that.
Yeah, they love the Cyberfrog Chromium, but there's a bit of horror on the inside and stuff, and I don't think that they'll really, appreciate that. Pixel Trader's here. Hey man, how you going? He says, "Love my fan art from 6 AM Comics." Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, that proboscis scene in Blood Honey is pretty horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's so there's a lot of that. So it's cool. I mean, I'm seeing more and more. You've been talked about a bunch of them. Chrono Mechanics. What are some other ones?
I mean, the Sean Davis one, Pillow Man. Like maybe not for small kids, but the Littlest Umbrella. The world needs more Ricky Gervais parodies. You guys don't understand. These things are killing me. They're killing me. I love them. They're so much fun. I love watching them. I love listening to them. I love making them. But yeah, guys, I've got a book, and it's going gangbusters. I don't know if you guys have seen. I'm starting to get promoted on Ethan's channel. That's awesome.
Just like he's done it like 2 days in a row now. If he keeps this up,
cheering every time he brings your name up.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. I have to pinch myself. It's so incredible. And look, it's just going up and up and up and up and up. This was supposed to be the 15K. It's a stretch goal, right? I'm going to put out a 10-page preview comic of the next book, or the second book. And I said, I've got 30 days. This is my second 30-day period. I'm going to spend these 30 days. We're going to have a lot of fun trying to get to this 15K. And then Ethan started promoting, and bang, we're there.
Back out now. I love your progress thing at the bottom. That's like one of the best things I've seen on any of these. Like I love seeing exactly where everything's at. It's it's reassuring too, because I'm seeing how much
Yeah, and I've seen a few people do something similar as well now. I think I saw it. Liam Gray did it, but he just had it. He's had words. He said, there's 190 out of 200 pages completed or something like that. So I thought the graphic sticks in your head more than the words.
We're all people too. Helps us kind of put it in perspective.
Yeah. Forget the comics. I can no. Marcus now. It has to. The Lucent has to come first. Oh, Viniart says The Ghostly Manor on Howling Hill. That's another kids book, I presume.
Yes.
I'm not familiar with that one, so I have to check that out.
That's a Vinny Tartamella and Frankie book. It's written like a children's book. Well, you know what? I'll be back in 30 seconds with it, so I can just show it to you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we do have to wrap this up quickly, but do that, and we'll have a quick look at it. This is incredible, guys. So now I've got to come up with like a 20K stretch goal, which is just blowing my mind. It's friggin' crazy times. I've got a lot of drawing to do. I've got a lot of head sketches to do. I've got a lot of colors to finalize on the book, and I've got actual original art pages to do. I don't know if you know this, Mark, but as a digital artist, I wanted to offer some original art pages, so I'm redrawing 10 pages and the cover. I've already done one, and now looks like I've got the cover to do, and and now I've got 3 more pages to do. So
curious how people do it mostly, because I'm all digital, and I was wondering if I was going to do anything like that, if I'd have to redraw, or if I should just plan ahead and do one page. That's
Well, I did the one just to see how it looked. How I cope with it, how much I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. It didn't take an obscene amount of time or anything. I mean, I'm going over the inks as they are, and yeah, I enjoyed doing it. And people are out there who've got money, who want to spend, who want these one-off pieces. So they'll have that now forever. That's the only time that cover and that these pages will ever be drawn.
I should offer the iPad as a there's all the files are right there. Go for it.
Yeah, Pixel. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It just goes to show, doesn't it? Oh!
I have seen that. Yeah. All right.
Vinny is saying he might relaunch it for. Well, maybe we can get on talk about that, Vinny. Yeah, and thank you, man. That's very nice of you to say.
Vinny's a legend. It looks so good.
Kind of written in stanza like that.
I feel like I've seen that image of that cover somewhere, but I wasn't really aware of this one. That looks great.
See, this is why what you've noticed. Like, I like to get people on the kind of, because I don't know them. I know their art. I know their current book a lot. I kind of know them as they are on Twitter, but I don't know them. I don't know their history. I don't know. What they've done in the past. That's why I love to get people on. I love to get Vinny on and talk about this stuff from the past that he's done.
Twitter is usually not a reflection of reality, anyways. So it's good to get
true.
people
That
on.
is so true.
Man, that's insane. Yeah, I got
very cool.
Yeah,
I love how you sign everything. I love that's a really cool signature too, in that cool silver pen.
Love that little pudgy Frankenstein on the front.
Vinny's signature is the gloss, like the super gloss.
I love that.
I don't know about a variant cover, Alex. I don't think I'll do a variant cover.
I already made one for him. It's okay.
He did. We already saw that earlier. This first campaign, I just want to keep it simple, keep it straightforward. We'll think of something. We'll rub our heads together and. Oh God, this chat is going crazy. I always want to talk to everyone. I would love to know your process with printers, Michael. Not sure where to go, being based in Oz. Yeah, we'll stick around the channel. I'm not going to go too into that. I'm probably going to be printing with Mixam in the UK. It surprised me to learn that it's actually cheaper to print the books in the UK and have them shipped back out here DHL than it is to print them here in Australia. So on top of that, they have a whole slew of other options that we don't have here in Australia. But Vinny will attest. Mixam, he prints Mixam, and he loves their quality. And everyone that I've seen who's printing Mixam is just raving about it, from the paper to the colors to the quality to the crispness and even the smell. So with all that out there, I'm thinking, yeah, it's really.
Benny,
apparently you need to clean your keyboard.
Benny, when are we getting Captain Aussie, by the way? I'm waiting on that.
Captain what?
Captain Australia, isn't that what Benny's working on?
Is
Captain Australia? Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to look at that. Yeah, you did, Vinny. You popularized them, and they've been really cool. I've been in contact with them now for a couple of months, just a bit of back and forth talking about what I'm hoping to do, and they've been kind of holding my hand and all that. So, sorry, Bandito, I didn't see you down there. I was scrolled off too high.
It's okay. I'm used to just sitting in the corner.
How long were you,
guys? I'm so sorry. We we do have to close out. Thank you so much to all my guys, Blue, Poland, Bandito. It's always great to have you here and talk with you guys. And thank you, Mark, 6 AM Comics. To
recap for 6 AM, we got the video game that's out there. You guys should go check that out. He's got his website that's up that you can go and check out all of his fan art. He's got his Twitter feed that you need to definitely subscribe to so you can check out everything new that's coming down the pipe. And keep in mind, he's working hard on a comic. So it looks beautiful. It's definitely something that is going to look good on anybody's shelf because it pertains to kids and to adults. So He's got a good thing going on there. Definitely follow and watch 6 AM Comics.
Absolutely. All right, guys. How the chat? Thank you, everyone, for coming in here. This has been really good. We had a nice, good banter going with the chat and everyone here. So love to see that. And yeah, we will see you tomorrow. All right.
All right.
Bye.
Hail and well met.
Hail.
Hail.